can't stop. What are we gonna do? We can't stop.
I think the Prophet said that the upper hand is better than the lower hand. You know, the one who's always trying to take.
لله واتبع الهدى ولا تك بدعيا لعلك تفلح ودن بكتاب الله والسنن التي.
Let's see, what can we do in...
What we can do now is stop supporting places like this. Places that fund those who are doing evil.
Yeah, dude, but you know, Americans are not going to support this. They're not going to support.
No, we're talking about individually, us. Don't worry about what others do, right? Because when we die, your worship of God, just try to be a better Muslim every day. You pray. How do you become a good believer in God?
I do believe in God.
So how do you get on His good side? You're what?
I'm a Muslim because I believe in God.
Do you believe in heaven and hell? Like Judgment Day, that God will judge you?
No. It has to be, no?
Well, that's not what the Jehovah's told you. They don't believe in an afterlife. Like you die, remember you told me they die, that's it?
I mean, there's something, whatever you did in this life, you have to just feel like you have to pay for it or something.
See, you're Muslim. That makes sense, right? If you did more wrong, then you get what you deserve.
Yeah.
So you're Muslim.
Even Catholics think like that. No, don't they think like that?
You're Muslim, just that you don't really focus on practicing too much, huh? But it's like natural.
Because like Catholics, and they think the same thing, no? Like, usually when you die, you're gonna pay.
The problem with them is that they just go hear whatever the church tells you. Instead of reading yourself.
Well, you gotta think that most of the percent of the Catholics are usually uneducated people. A lot of them are uneducated.
Yeah, you look at our families. Like, who really read the Bible?
You go back to Mexico, you know, the majority of people are not educated.
So when I ask these kind of people, how do you worship God, right? How do you get to know Him? Is God important to get to know, or not? That shows you, do you really care about God and living right?
It's not that I don't care or stuff like that. It's just maybe I'm just too lazy to take the time to do it. Could be that.
But that kind of takes you out of the fold of being a believer. Because, right? Because if you really believe in God, you would want to like.
But yeah, when you focus on God. But yeah, when you focus on God, it's like you feel better. You feel like a different feeling, like
that your natural confidence.
Your day goes better. Bye.
Oh, really? I never heard that.
It's like when you do something positive, you feel good about it. Or when you work for hard, it's like, when you work for your own money, and you know it's like hard-earned money.
Instead of just taking.
You feel like.
Or when you do something wrong, how's your conscience?
It's not like when somebody just handles you like this money and you're like all excited. No, you get more.
The Prophet said that the upper hand is better than the lower hand. You know, the one who's always trying to take. And then God also tells us you're only going to be responsible for your deeds, the work you did. You're not going to be responsible for what.
Most religions are all kind of the same, but just a little different things that keeps them apart from being.
Now when you read the books, you're saying that out of just hearing things.
Well, yeah, that. I haven't read anything, but.
How do you feel about intercourse without marriage at this point in your life? Not that you're older, like you're still willing to do it. If God tells you like that's a big sin, don't do it. If you're not gonna marry this person, don't. Would you do it? And you knew He was gonna like punish you for a big sin like that. Would you do it?
I mean, see, if you had God in your presence, like in front of you, then I'm pretty sure 99% wouldn't do it.
But if you knew that He's all seeing and all knowledgeable, and like you said, you believe in Him without seeing Him.
See, I don't know. That's a hard question right there. So like that. To be honest.
It's for your own good. Like once you do it God's way, you'll see why it's better.
I mean. Yeah, some people. I know a lot of people that are really close to God, mostly Muslims. I don't know. You think all Muslims
practice more?
You think all Muslims actually don't have sex before marriage?
Of course not. People do wrong, but it doesn't matter what the people do. We're talking about God's laws, right? We don't want to follow those who do wrong.
Do Muslims go to clubs or stuff like that? No, right?
We're
like
not,
any, like,
we're
in
not
the party.
supposed to.
Okay, but you
But
told
do some Muslims do it? Yeah, of course. Anyone can say I'm Muslim and go.
me. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm telling
But
you.
because
Sure.
God gave us choice, right? To do right and wrong, and then when you die, you'll get your results.
It's like Kevin Gates, he's Muslim and look his music, his videos and everything. I don't get it. I mean, if he says he's Muslim and then he has like all these women, his videos and all this and this and this and talking all this shit and all this and this.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the people do. It's what the book says, what God tells us.
I guess it just depends on the person who's more into the religion. Into,
Like I said, don't worry about the people. Worry about what God tells you, what's okay, what's not. You have to worry about your own relationship with God. Because at the end of the day, you're born alone, die alone.